your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know.
Hey, how are y'all today? Are you letting your love flow? You know, it is all about perspective and seeing things in a positive light. First of all, I would like to announce that yesterday my brakes basically went out on me, and I had to go in to the body shop and assume people were telling me the truth, and I had to pay to get my brakes fixed. But I'll tell you this, there's two ways to look at that. I could be thankful that my brakes actually, they gave out and then they caught again. I could be thankful that they caught again, because I was stopping in front of some traffic and I could have had a bad wreck. Or, you know, I could be griping about, well, that cost me $185, you know, or I could be thankful that I was able to scrape that together, you know what I mean? And a lot of times I hear people say stuff like, well, you know, I guess you'll have to eat like that forever. I guess, you know, will you ever eat anything cooked? Surely, like, you're going to go back to cooked food like everybody else, or surely you're not going to eat that vegan diet, or well, Tanny, we all just think you're nuts. I heard that the other day, and I thought, okay, like, I really am unaffected. I'm unaffected if people call me crazy. If they, I don't really mind. Everybody's crazy in their own special way, you know. Some more love to you. But anyway, I just wanted to say this. I mean, let's think about it. Will I ever go back to eating a standard diet? Would I ever go back down that slippery slope of starting to eat just a little bit of cooked food and then a little bit more cooked food? And maybe you started out with steamed veggies and then you got in with a little more beige food. Next thing you know, the middle of your day was beige, and next thing the breakfast. And then guess what? You're swimming in a sea of beige with very little nutrients in there with you, you know? I don't think so. I love where I am on my health journey. I love the benefits that I derive from a low-fat, raw vegan diet. I have been doing this a long time, and it has become part of who I am. It is how I nourish my body, soul, mind, and spirit. All of those things, you know? Not versus, say, a standard diet where you are basically giving yourself no nourishment. You're dumping yourself down, dumping your emotions, you know, just, I don't know what people are thinking. I really don't. But I just wanted to talk about this. Some of the benefits that I have gotten over these years are astounding to me, and I continue to grow healthier and stronger on this journey. You can look back. I have a playlist on my channel that Christopher and I like to laugh at sometimes. It's called Chris and Tanny, and there's 80 videos on there. But you can go back to the ones that were the furthest date back, which is about 2.5 years now, and you can see clearly that my hair was not as thick as it is now. It was about the same length, but I have twice as much hair now. Because coming along my journey, I had been so sick that I basically lost most of my hair from here, from about the temples up, okay? And there was none down through here. If you're interested in that, I have a video on hair loss on a vegan diet, or just search bar hair loss on my channel. But anyway, you can go to that playlist and you can see results. But what you can't see is how sick I was all those years ago. What you can't see is the internal benefits. You can see the external. What you can't see really is the emotional difference in me now than then. You know, sometimes I don't even know where to begin. And I love it when somebody comments and says, I might make reference to, like, remember that time I took y'all to the creek in my backyard, and somebody will say, I remember that, I was with you when you moved. I remember your first video. I've been with you, and it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel happy because I have shared, not all of, but so much of my life and so much of my struggles and successes and my love of a healthy lifestyle with you, because I I care to share it because it has been that life-changing for me. I would have been dead by now, many years ago. Let's review, shall we? So, these are just a few things I jotted down, and don't stress, I'm not going to read while I drive. I just didn't want to leave out a few key points. But first of all, the why. You know, years ago, I grew up, I won't go into all these details. I have a video called Healing Autoimmune Disorder. You can type that in and it will come up, and it tells you a lot of my background story. I also did an hour-long interview on this channel called Cooked and Raw Vegan on YouTube, and you can type that in with TannyRaw and it will come up. But the thing is, I grew up on a standard American diet like everybody else, except way worse. My mom was of the era when, you know, it was like women could have it all. They all went back to work. It was a TV dinner era, you know, all these things. I basically ate beanie weenies out of a can, grilled weenies with cheese on them, macaroni and cheese out of a box like Kraft, cereal, Lucky Charms, Kicks, you know, corn pops, Fruity Pebbles, and whole milk. And then we usually ate out at dinner, and I would have beef tips and I would have french fries, and we ate at the Pizza Inn, and I would have hamburger pizza, and that's about all I ate. That about sums it up. But over the years, my health started to deteriorate, okay? I started to get to where I was gaining weight. I was just starting to feel bad. So I started looking at, as I became a teenager, restricting my diet, you know, and I would think like, okay, well, I want to be able to fit in these pants. If I just eat this candy bar, if I wait all day and then, okay, I'm finally going to eat. I knew nothing about nutrition. I knew that this candy bar I wanted to eat was like 385 calories, and I would try to keep my calories like within 800 calories during the day. I was getting no nutrition, and I was just growing sicker and sicker, clearly. You know, I couldn't keep the weight off and all that. But that's not when the worst thing happened, okay? I got older, I got married, I started to have nodular acne, okay? I had acne because doctors had decided that I had low blood sugar, okay? Hypoglycemia. This is what doctors, this is just the downward spiral journey, okay? And I didn't mean to go into this whole in depth, but let me just give you an overview. So anyway, doctors had decided, because I kept on passing out and all this, that I had low blood sugar. Well, they put me on a high protein diet, where then I was about eating like sausage patties, weenies, chili, pretty much nothing but meat and meat byproducts, eggs and all these things, cheese by the blocks. I got nodular acne from that so bad. I had, it was cystic acne down my back, down the back of my arms. My whole face was a bloody mess from here down. You couldn't cover it, you couldn't blot it, it was constantly bleeding. So then doctors put me on Accutane, okay, which then in turn ate my guts, ate my digestive tract. Look up the lawsuits on that, okay? This is about the time I started to think, what the heck are these doctors doing, okay? But anyway, one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I had leaky gut syndrome for this eating my guts. I had IBS. I had constipation so bad I was not going to the bathroom but about every 5 weeks, and it was like hamster pellets, okay? That is toxic, leaking into my system, causing all kinds of problems, causing me to have lupus, arthritis, all these different things, causing me to have depression, mental disorders, where I would beat my head into the wall trying to escape the pain of the external and internal going on. It was bad. Along with starting to gain weight. I was so big, I quit weighing myself. The last time I looked at that scale, I weighed 212 pounds. I run around 124 or 125 now. I was so large, I couldn't recognize myself, okay? It cost me, I lost myself. Do you understand? I was sick. When I talk to people and they tell me their stories, I have such empathy for that. not just sympathize, like, I hear you, bless your heart, but I feel you. I feel your pain. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, doctors wanted to put me on prednisone, methotrexate. I had low iron, anemia. My blood count was so low. They wanted to do blood infusions every week. They wanted me to have a uterine ablation. That's where they burn out the inside of your guts because you're bleeding too much. My body was haywire. Do you understand? So I started looking into other approaches, you know, because about the time they started insisting, and then my family was like, you're either going to do that or you're going to die, I thought, I'm not doing it. I said, no. Every time I would go to the doctor, it would be another thing, another dis-ease. My body was not at ease, and now it is, right? So anyway, it's exciting. And it's too good. It's too good not to share. It's too good not to help people. It's too good not to let it out. It's too shiny not to shine. But anyway, so about the time that people were just turning against me, you know, it was like I was basically crying in the floor and dying while still trying to raise my kids, still trying to work my teaching job, still trying to, and people tired of hearing it. Go on the medicine, Tanya, go on the medicine. I had nail customers in the past when I used to do nails that had lupus and had all these different things and went on these very kind of medications that ended up killing them, swelling them up like balloons to where I would file their fingers and it would almost slice a balloon open and the blood bust out. And then they died. Medication is not the answer. Getting to the root of the problem is the answer, right? The why. Why is it happening? Not how can I cover it up, right? So anyway, I want you to understand how bad it was. I want you, if you've not seen that Healing Autoimmune Disorders, watch that so you can understand. So you can understand that I had lost almost all my hair. That many times that I think about running my car off the side of the road, off the bridge, because I couldn't stand the pain anymore. How many times I beat my head into the wall. How many times I would take my hands and like claw into my face. Do you understand that? It's because I had so much internal pain going on with that. No one understood. There was nowhere to go. There were no answers until there was the answer. And the answer was getting the things out of my life that weren't working and flooding my body with nutrition, getting out of my body's way by fasting, water fasting, juice fasting, smoothie cleansing, elimination diets, to get to the heart of the matter, getting things out so my body could take over and heal itself like it knew how to do, like it was born knowing how to do, right? You can't heal, my friends. I see it every day. I talk to people all the time that have healed, right? So anyway, understand that. Watch that video. Understand the anger, the mental issues I had. Understand the depression. I was confused. I couldn't think. I had mental brain fog. I couldn't function. I couldn't have any noise going on. Something was wrong, right? Okay, the hair loss, the constipation would cause me to have what looked like a baby's foot jamming out of my stomach, which was like a hernia. You understand? Because the constipation would be in the pockets in your intestines and kind of push through the ab walls and get caught there. It would be like a baby's foot pushing out. That's how bad my guts were. I had this pain all over my body, a stinging pain. It was an overactive immune response, okay? That's why they want to put you on immuno response